finished at the orthodontist. I'm doing Invisaligners to straighten up some of the moving my teeth have done as an adult. Finished that. I've got more liners to go, just a little bit of tweaking. And the good news is I didn't stop and get a breakfast burrito. That's good news. I'm trying to be good with regards to eating breakfast burritos every day. I don't do that. I'm not about that life, even though I wish I could be. Part of that motivating factor is the fact that there was a huge line, actually. There was a huge line. But I already had my mind made up. However, I am now finding myself in front of the cutest little shop. Every Christmas season, they sell C's chocolate. They do a C's candy drive. C's is my favorite. I usually like to hand pick my own mix, but being that I don't have a C's chocolate factory or restaurant or whatever shop here in my town, and I don't foresee myself going to Phoenix or Tucson anytime soon, I'm gonna come grab a box or two. I smell a bad decision, and it smells delicious. It smells like chocolate. Also, I need to stop by my daughter-in-law's house because her other advent calendar came, the one that I thought I bought her, but it's not this one. So I'm gonna go deliver that. But first, success. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm not allowed to sample until after noon. Oh, sorry for the dinging. I'm gonna take you for a drive down Main Street. It is so cute. It's like a cute old-fashioned Main Street. Is it bad that there's gonna be people's license plates? This cute little Main Street has been here since dirt roads and horse and buggy, the 1800s. This is a really cool building right here. My grandparents, my great-grandparents, probably my great-great-grandparents all grew up shopping on Main Street. This restaurant has been many stores, but it's, I mean, it is an original to this town. I really want to go into this cute little gift shop right here. We'll have to go in there. I'll have to see if they'll let me record. At night it's fun because they've got the little street lamps lit up. This is our beautiful hometown celebration area. Precious. I love mornings. I love my little town. And while I'm out for a drive, I wanted to show you this old, gorgeous building. And I just love the morning sunshine just bathing these properties in beautiful light. So this used to be a library when my husband was a kid, but it's now, I didn't grow up with this library. There's me. Hi. It's now City Hall property, but they have really worked to preserve it. Of course, this used to be a fountain. I don't know what they're gonna do with this. I'm sure they're gonna try to fix it, but the roses, a lot of people will come take their family photos here. There's our beautiful mountain and this really incredible building. I bet it smells amazing inside. I'm not gonna go in, make it awkward, but. It's time. It's time for Christmas music. I do make myself wait. Isn't it just cheerful and jolly? We don't get snow here, so this song doesn't carry that kind of meaning. But we can appreciate it though, and that's what's important. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want to live here? This is paradise. I think a lot of people are catching on though. Unfortunately, our tiny little town isn't as tiny anymore, but somebody has got a fireplace going with wood burning, and it smells heavenly. It smells divine. This is so beautiful. What a beautiful day. While I was up at the shop getting the chocolates, I was looking at their menu and it looks delicious, and they had breakfast sandwiches on the menu. I did not order a breakfast sandwich, but I can't stop thinking about it. So I came home to have lunch. It's basically lunchtime for me. This one got messed up. I don't know what to do with that one, but I'm gonna cook a little breakfast sandwich. This is a little sausage chorizo patty, and I'm melting the most delicious provolone. It's kind of smoky. So I'm gonna melt all this together and see how my homemade breakfast sandwich turns out. Here we go. It's the moment of truth. Let's see if my breakfast sandwich could be just as good as Genevieve's. I've never had theirs, but I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and say that I think it's gonna be incredible. What the heck? That's so lame. What the heck? It's like the dumbest thing to say. Nothing beats a little breakfast sandwich and a cold Pepsi. America, you can have your coffee and whatever fun stuff out there. I'm going to take this right here every time. I'm pretty sure I cooked the crap out of this sausage, but it's really hard to tell with the chorizo in it if it's done. It has to be, but we'll see. We'll see in about 3 hours. I'm already full. I'm probably gonna save this. Highly recommend, 10 out of 10 stars. So good. I don't make these ever. Thank you, Genevieve, for giving me this fabulous idea. So delicious. I wish I could share through the phone how good this is, but I guess you'll just have to make one for yourself. Here they are. C's. Mama C originated her chocolate factory. I think she's from San Francisco. The Ghirardelli's family and the C's family are from San Francisco. I could be wrong. I should do my research. Nevertheless, it's about between Ghirardelli and C's. Those are the only two good American chocolates, I think. But we have the cutest little C's candy stores. I'm sure you've been to one before, but I prefer just to pick my own because I don't like some. I don't like all the flavors, but these assorted boxes and the nuts and chews are pretty home run. Kind of their top few that they put in these boxes. So they're gonna be okay. They're gonna be delicious. My family's gonna be excited, but I wanna show you what's inside. There it is. There she is. One of my heroes, Mama C. The cute little store that I got these at, Genevieve's, they do this every year, and it's usually a fundraiser, either for a local high school, or this year it is our Safford Library. So our library is pretty impressive, and for being a small place, it's pretty impressive, and I like to support anything with libraries. So we did our support today. We did our due diligence. Now we get to have a sample. Look how beautiful. Russell Stovers are garbage, especially after you've had one of these. This is gonna be like a little caramel. These are little toffees, dark chocolate, milk chocolate. These have nuts. These ones I think are my favorite. I think these are Beverly. I also love their Scotch Mellow. It's a butterscotch marshmallow chocolate dipped. It's got like a butterscotch. I think this is it. I think this is it. They usually use dark chocolate. Well, we're gonna find out. This is butterscotch. And my nail fell off again. Butterscotch, marshmallow, dark chocolate heaven. I love those. All-time favorite. I'm so glad they included this little friend in here. My kids like to take a bite and put it back. Ew. But then they dry out because they don't want the whole thing. They just want to try one of each. Just eat the whole thing because the insides dry out. Even the caramel, it just all gets dried out and it's not the same. So anyway, so there's the chocolate variety, and this is everything nutty and chewy. Just a little variety pack. Everything in here is going to have some form of caramel or nuts or a combination of all of them. Huge fan favorite. Some of them are duplicates, which you got it right there. And maybe there. Scotchmallow. Merry Christmas. What a fun morning. A little breakfast sandwich, a little chocolate, a little chat with you. Is it any wonder why I find fast food to be utterly disgusting? I cannot eat fast food. It's total garbage to me. Because, I mean, we don't have a whole lot of restaurants here in our town. And the ones we do are like pizza and Mexican food, which are delicious in and of themselves, but you get kind of tired of that. So I just do a lot of my own. I just make my own. We have a lot of fast food restaurants here, but ew, I can't do it. Especially after that breakfast sandwich. I'm a food snob. I'm not embarrassed to say that, but I am. This morning also, I texted my sweet Uncle Ray's caregiver. She comes in every day to take care of him. He lives alone. His sweet wife, my aunt, passed away this past year. But Ray can't drive anymore, and I try to take him on drives. I have not been able to connect with him for the longest time. The last time I really did have a day set aside for Uncle Ray to take him for a drive, I was sick. And with elderly people, you don't tamper with that. So I've put it off. And now today seems like it's going to be a good day for that. So I think we're going to go for a little drive. I love hanging out with him, and it's something that he enjoys that he can no longer do for himself anymore, and I've got plenty of time, and I really do adore him. So hopefully, if he's feeling up to it, we are going to go for a drive, and we just drive around town. And I usually take my vehicle. I have a Suburban that I can put him in. My car is too low to the ground, so he can't get out. If he gets in, he's not getting out. So I hope his car is available. He has a little SUV at his house that nobody drives. I'm hoping it is possible to drive that. But in the meantime, I found some fingering weight yarn and some mohair. I want to make a little swatch of what I think I want to do with my dandelion and dogwood advent calendar yarn. Last year I made that beautiful, beautiful blanket, granny stripe blanket. I should go show you. Let's take a minute. I am in love with this blanket. I love all the colors. The theme last year was Christmas at the cabin. I keep it put away in a basket behind me. So nobody really uses it, which I'm glad. But they can. They just don't. I did a Sandra from Cherry Heart. I took her Susanna shawl. Suzette? Anyway, she has a shawl pattern on Love Crafts. And this was the border. So I just borrowed her border idea. I can't tell if that's the front or the back. This is the front. I put her border on it. Because a granny stripe is fun and all, but this just kind of dressed it up a little. This just made it a little bit special, but I have thought and thought and thought and thought to death till I got a headache about what am I going to do with the dandelion and dogwood yarn, because it is so spectacularly beautiful, as is the elderflower stitches yarn. I got DK in that yarn, so it's thicker. And in dandelion, I got fingering weight, so it's this smaller, thinner yarn. So they're both very, very different. And so I think I already have something in mind for the elderflower stitches yarn, which I think I'm going to combine last year's Advent and this year's Advent into it's a farmhouse square blanket. I'm not a farmhouse person, but this blanket doesn't even look like it's from a farmhouse, but that's the name of it. And I can show off those squares as I get them finished a little bit more, but I think I'm going to combine those two because the yarn will be very similar and more fun. So I think the two of those are going to make a gorgeous blanket. But in thinking about what do I want to make with this beautiful yarn, I don't want a shawl, I don't want a scarf, I don't want a hat. Whatever it is, it needs to be stripy so you can see the colors. But I don't want another granny. And so I love blankets. They're just so cozy and warm and multi-purpose, and they're gorgeous. They're beautiful, just a simple Afghan. So I think I'm going to do another beautiful blanket. And I think I want to do a textured stitch, just a basic textured stitch with a little bit of mohair. This does not have mohair. I put the Shapey's Sparkle in between, but this is by itself. I want to do a little tester on some yarn that I have, do a little test swatch and see if that is indeed the project I want to do. And then I think I could get started. Once the mohair I ordered comes in, I can wind up the minis as I open them. And then, just start on that beautiful blanket. So today I want to finalize what type of pattern, what type of swatch. Do I like it? Do I like the drape? Do I like the texture? I thought about like a linen stitch, moss stitch, but I want to go with something with a little more texture, but not too much texture because you want to see all the little speckles and all the little intricate parts of the yarn. So can you tell I have thought about this way too much, and I want to think things through because the Advent itself it's expensive, but whatever you make with it needs to be something that can be passed on and that can last, that won't get donated to a charity shop the moment the kids clean out my stuff when I leave this earth. So hopefully they'll want to keep it. Pass it on to the grandchildren, I say. Okay, well, off I go. I'm gonna go make a swatch and get ready for Uncle Ray. Okay, so I have worked together these two gorgeous, gorgeous yarns. This one is a Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit. It's kind of got peachy tones, and then I just grabbed this brownie-ish colored mohair. But look at this sample that together they made. Whoops. Mohair makes all the difference, I feel like. I should go get my tripod so that I have two hands. I am sold on this. Is called the Suzette crochet stitch. It's kind of wonky right now because it's only like 3 or 4 rows, but I don't want to waste any more of my good yarn. And if you've ever had to unpick mohair, you know that this is a beast. So I just kind of wanted to get an idea of the texture. Can you see that? I love it. I love the soft haze, well, just the softness of the mohair. And I love the texture of the stitch with this fingering weight yarn. I think that would make a gorgeous blanket. So moving forward, my mohair has shipped. I should be getting that soon, and I can start winding up my Advent yarn. So I will have December 1st, and then tomorrow I'll have December 2nd, so I could get the blanket started when that comes. I should have ordered more of this, but I don't know. I mean, look at how different this darker shade made the yarn. I don't want to do that. I ordered a cream mohair so that if anything, it would lighten instead of darken. But still, the effect is gorgeous. This is just added like a grayish brown, and I don't think I want to do that. I really like that.